Now what tree ye ba fro bepo. Na ensem ni bi be prophetic. Enti tighten your bets. Samo kaya me kan bi fa signposts. And I know you see some of the signposts. Then so you perceive see one of the signposts. Christo wodo pa. Say na mimi huno. These are signposts. And then add this you to say the abomination of desolation. The abomination of desolation. Mama ye mom pa ye bio. Ya jinkwa Jesus. One kasa and I want to was seeing for on a tiho. I kaka crab in a jaw and I will cancer answer me. Now, perceive we are seeing who near Cosso. And I was sent then a ditcher Daniel and Yohani. Radia dear Hosha was that. The bomb pious row with Jesus Christ, he must say. If when you may son to me, where you feel free. Now we are yen. Yesu Christo dimo. Amen. Adolfo Jesus ankasa. Oh. Okay. Yesu ankasa. Ena oni ne suafo oni te ho. In fact, in some people why Yesu can you know, emu edu na ehu. At this point, Oma yenchema evangelism leader, I'm saying who say wo odin komo kakra. O de omo be ni mo ho. Okay. O de betimi a o de jawo mo na. Yeah. Yesu ankasa. This week, menemo beke kansem ni bia or kan ehun ye pa. Now, one of these things, most SDA4 enim na ni so kakra. One asuafo no neti ho. And wo kan wo Matthew 24. Unim say Matthew 24 no. Eho na wo kan Yesu maye ne signs a ebedi enim no. This is one of the signs. And wo kan say therefore, when you see semuhu say the abomination of desolation spoken of by the prophet Daniel. Semuhu say abususemu a Daniel eka asem ye ka abomination of desolation a ye see bibi ye desolate na chese asay adam pan bibi a atete and wo kan say semuhu abomination ye abusudie semuhu abusudie a Daniel eka ho asem no a esaya de no a monye de standing in the holy place say aba be gina me kronkron bia o kan fie na sorry fie say abusudie na betena nyame fie a whosoever reads let him understand na ni obekan bia no manenye de onti ase Jesus enumu asem you know. Jesus ne Daniel hwan ne baaye kane Daniel ne ba kane 18:7 you know Daniel aka to hodada ana Yesu ka ho asem se muhu se sansem ya hyase na wura nyame fie a munye den mumma mani na ho na muhu ne ekoso enti we want to go back to Daniel. Any abomination of desolation Yesu kan ho asem se na yesi wo Daniel no ni ate ase. Daniel ngoma wo say I saw in my vision by night. Enti Daniel we die ono ankasa okay dano a ye sua ba akono hwan na so da ye Nebuchadnezzar we die Daniel ankasa na so da ye I saw in my night vision by night. And behold, now here, the four winds of heaven were stirring up the great sea. And you who say, Osoro, and Framanai, a buffer epo, eso. Now, Sadia, you know, prophetic. Me say eye day. Prophetic. Nkomhye. Daniel said, and 4 great beasts came up from the sea. Now Abraham and from ano boy ponesono. And who emmoa or see womu ye day great. Say womu pie efipo mu. Each different from the other. Now womu eba no ebia sono. Look at them. 4 great beasts. Lion, or wings. Leopard, and it 9. Ya or wings. Abua we di ontumi describe no. Abua bia ne hu ya or men edu. Ana afei sisiri your friend is saying bear a wo gina ne number akusu saying na at the same time bones miensa ehihye nanumu yenhwe dream no na yenhwe ne Daniel eka onim se edanu ade sua na yesuan ye no yehu se onyame bibia obeka no obeka no obetimu no na ehu hia pa edis asem yi ehu hia awrade yi pa edanu ye ka se etire ne ye hwan a Babylon and ye ka se koko ne ye den Persia ana na sin ne ye den Greece ana ne na ne ye den Rome ana ne ha no emu acheche ana what 10 toes because on say wo 9 no esisi ho no e how many toes 10 enti sa da ye yana awrade betimu e de akire Daniel esan say afei de obe move ena adisua ne introduction menim se wochena na menye sa adisua because I want a bigger crowd eti menim se ena de no ento aso no wochena na memfa mra na se na mehwe adisua na aka na ni nyina ye important engineer me hu ne se mo asrafo no obian ko kai ne bio ye nwi adwumadie no na adwumahu eni aketua yo medam ase enti Daniel say sa wokọ adisem a ontwe madwen mra ha pa wokọ adisem a ofre ensuo ode ensuo gina ho ma eden ado ensuo gina ho ma nipa multitude of people or say the waters which you saw are the people multitudes nation and tongues naturally say ne Daniel hu ni say ohun se moa nan at least o de yenka ne moa wo mu pie afri ewiase san wo ka okay the great beast enti Daniel no a chire mo Daniel 7 and adaye fi Daniel 7:17 ana o chira say those great beasts which are 4 kings which will arise out of the earth enti 4 kings te se ba kono 4 kings mento ankumu asobo no it's a repeated dream but ye pese ye hwese na ye the 4 beasts shall be a 4 kingdom on each me pese minim se mu nyina masua sa ade but me pese mo ti ase pa because next one e beba no ehia pa ase ye beti ase me hu se me sha ase no na niam ani bi wa ye kan no mo dane ne kakra me pese me dane niam ani nyina ni e de kire enti no ma na de no enti otrimpa na de ni hia pa the 4 beasts or see agina ho ma den 4 kingdoms enti yanko back na kire se ewi asimo no 4 kingdoms te se kane no a sani ye kan wo Daniel no ebe pie wa asase so enti yan sha ase the 4 great beasts came up from the sea each different from the other the first was like a lion and had eagle's wings enti ono nam de na to so no first one no or te say jata or what day eagle's wings and was say hu hwe ha or wings so aha hu wings no meboa or say I watch till its wings were what plucked off Daniel so what are you no hu say ne ntaban no watutu e de afri ho and it was lifted up from the earth and made to stand on 2 feet like a man. Eti afredie onipa yi wabedane den onipa jatana ba abedane nipa. And a man's heart was given to it. A man's heart was given to it. Enti Bible no akira se wo Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 7. Or say a lion has come out of his lair. A destroyer of nations has set out. Now Jeremiah come Babylon who asem and walkers are asemi. He has left his place to lay waste your land. Okay. The king enti osi ohin no share da ye no ano. Ohwe yes okay a me two America enti don't worry. Because me say most of it no maka ho asem wo Daniel 2 say am kan no and na introduction. Enti sa ohwe Babylon so no eto aswa sa no samukai say na etu Babylon no samukai e dey na no omo ye no omo ye party no omo ji omani and a handful ne betu womo and a Persia for no baye and yes womu sin suo no kwan. Do you remember that story? And womu wura mu and wo hen ne hu say ya kiro many tekofasen and then ye keka ho enti no o say his face turned pale o hen no ebra wo hu say many tekofasen no Bible say his face turned pale and he was frightened. Ose saada no a his knees knocked together. Wo hia wo no wo kwa akon Israel mu no ene tete no na hemfo no ne kwa akon. Ose his knees were knocking together. Esan sa adonfo no eduru ne so and his leg gave way and his soldiers, Babylon's warriors, has stopped fighting. They remained in their strongholds. Until that day Babylon fell. Ena Medo Persia for no ebedi wo mo sonkonim. Until the triumphant shout of Cyrus' army could be heard about the terrified cries of Belshazzar's revelers, and that night was October 13, 539. Me pesa odi sa din sa date etu trimu pa October so one kai we no kra date ne say 539 BC enona Babylon efiase. And suddenly another beast, a second, like a bear, it was raised up on one side. Not just the number okay. Otuaswa or say, and 3 ribs in its mouth between its teeth. And they said thus to it, arise, devour man's flesh. Enti ononso ejina homa sani aye nyina anim no ahenie be ni Persia ahenie no say no be two Babylon ahenie no eguye. The next one about any Greece. Now Greece no o churchre mo say sa ahenie no na ewo den etise osibo a owo eti ahe enan. Now so true say Alexander ebe two Medo Persia ahenie ni gu ye no. Or say after this I looked, Daniel 7 verse 6, and there was another like a leopard which had its back 4 wings of a bird. Enti na chino or say e won taban ahe enan. I know say you know, and that's affecting me a little bit because I'm trying to rush through, but it's important say I go by it very well. The beast also had 4 heads, and dominions was given to it. Enti no say aboano apart from say o won taban enan no o iti enso anan. And Daniel lectures here say 4 kingdoms shall stand out of the nation. Enti Greece mono there will be 4 kingdoms coming out. So 4 kingdoms no ene gina homa 4 heads no. 4 kingdoms no ne gina homa 4 heads no. Ampa so no Abraham Alexander the Great, all history tells us. Say Alexander the Great ewu ye no. Alexander the Great, he died by what? By fever. At that time he was only 32 years. And when he died at the battle of Arbela. Now owu ye no and 4 of his soldiers, his generals, and no ejina akona no, they took over. Now, what will take you over, no? At this time, no, what will take you over, no? 4 people, no? Obakone Cassandra, Obakone Lysic Marcus, and Obakone Ptolemy, and Obakone Seleucus. 4 generals. And the Sanya Bible said it will have 4 heads, no? Pepe. Now, in America, you know, do you know, say you can even Google it, and then you see it. So they say, it in Yandia, a hinta baby. It was 4 kingdoms that will emerge from the nations, but will not have the same power. To say Alexander, you know, until the generals has a lower power. And it's any American, you know, there were history books I can't answer. One of the books, you know, the history of Rome, book 3. The history of Rome, book 3, chapter 10. I said, okay, or say, on June 27, 168 BC, at the Battle of Pydna, perished the empire of Alexander the Great. You know, 144 years after his death. And another book also, Alexander the Great. Your Troy and your friend Theodore Monson. And also, you all can say, each one whetted the sword against what? The other. And the empire went down in a tangle of strife. And nipa na no, omo konya kosi se, omo hinie no, etugu ye. Bibia nyame beka no, eba mu no kurepa. Enti, ohwa Bible kyerɛ sɛ Daniel ni ana ekosi no, afedi ye ma ne ho ye den, ne ho yira no. Essence afedi Oba beka or say a more dangerous 4th beast. A more dangerous what? 4th beast. I want to do any pa. And Oba beka ne ho asem. Enti afedi oba for no e danedi e de kire Daniel. Daniel chapter 7 verse 7. After this, I saw in a night vision, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, exceedingly what? Strong. And it is abwa wedi ne ho adin pa. It had huge iron teeth. Huge iron teeth. And it was devouring, breaking in pieces, and trampling the residue with its feet. It is abwa wedi ne ho pa. And so, what is the 4th kingdom? Rome. Now, Rome so buy any day. Roman for no money a day. No almost say this is the time of the Caesars. Omo pentokwapa. It will almost conquer we are seeing now. Okay. You see, it was different from the beasts that were before it. And it had how many horns? 10 horns. And it is abwe ya walk and one say, you know. Or say, oh, what a main do. Abwe you walk a main do. Okay. And Rome took over the kingdom. Senia, Daniel so can say, Abuano, Ohonini Naino, the 4th kingdom, no. Sana, Daniel so die, no. Eka. And 168 BC to 476 AD, the kingdom of Rome was ruling. AD, think about this. AD, not just AD, no. Na Yesu Christu abawie. Are you getting me? And personal, it was during AD and would call Jesus Christ. O no Roman for no kosu di adia and sana o mahini no ego. Okay. And if Daniel said, Ahana, it gets more intense. Or say, I considered the horn, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. How many horns? How many horns originally? 10 horns. And was say, or here's an who say, there came out of it another what? Little horn. Ain't horn kitty be a and this is that horn. Horn na Daniel who you know. Daniel say horn no e wa no. E wo hwen ti se nipa. E ti se nipa. Horn no a wo ka ho asem no. Na e ka abususem. Let's see. Before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. Saniema we nyina so asi e wo biase abakosemu. Enti wo say Sa little horn yi pue ye no. 3 of them are no wo ha no. Wo mu nyina etutu ye. Ema no be gina wo man dem. Okay, let's see what's going on. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are the 10 kings. And yen ye chirasi, Bible no chirasi say 10 horns no ejina homa 10 kingdoms. Woman so ombe sorry efi Roman ahenie no. Ampa sania Daniel echire yen wo ni toes no Daniel yesua yen no. Yesua hu se ni toes no emu papa ya he 10. Emma yesua yampa wo say this one too will be divided into 10 kingdoms. Ampa so no Roman Europe ahana na Roman ahenie no e cover. Na Roman ahenie ni gu ye no emu eno na be dani Europe. Na gu ye no this is Ostrogoth. Wa wonim Europe map no krobeni England. Ostrogoth. This is France. Your friend of Frank at that time. This is Alemannia. This is Germany. This is Lombard. This is Lombard. This one became Italy. This is Ostrogoth. This is Heruli. This is Burgundian. What nation is this? Portugal. Suevi. So, Moamaya map, you know it. This is Portugal. And this is what? Visigoth. Country been only Portugal, but Spain. And this is Spain. Your friend of Visigoth. And you know, Alemannia, Germany, France, Saxon. Your friend of Anglo-Saxon. And I said the Saxons. England. Visigoth, Spanish. Burgundian, Switzerland. Lombards, Italy. Suevi, Portuguese. Na womu gusu a womu near wo Vandals, Krobia a friend of Vandals, and you what the Heruli, and you what the Ostrogoths. But womu gusu no, Anna. Womu gusu no, Anna Papa ahini no meka Papa ahini no a wote ase. At that time no, why Babu abako sembiano at this time no, na Anyamesum nyina hye Yesu agidifo no ensem. Na anyamesum ehye no, na the headquarters no Jerusalem. And a headquarters no move called Ephesus. Enti wo muguso wo Ephesus no, and a Roman bishop no. At that time no Roman bishop no ye genuine Christian. And a Roman bishop no became stronger and stronger. Because Rome was the capital of the world. Are you getting me? Roman for no dear during this time. It is just like America. What we say, sorry, bieti ewo kuro wemo. And because Rome was the capital, no, the Roman bishop became stronger than all of them. And gradually, the Roman bishops were allowing abosonsum into their worship. Slowly. And woman de te woman and woman train we are seeing so. Onim say next week minimum ya disuna na ma kire mo ne maybe. So uko Rome say ya womo asofi ho no. Bosum bie wo wi ase esi hobi. Bosum bie wo wi ase ye de aye statue. Bosum bie wo wi ase esi hobi ya ma kire mo. And the Bible say the third year obesore no only wine only Rome. At this stage, all we are talking about say within the Roman Empire, no, there will be another one that will stand out that is different than the 10. No, that will pluck 3 away. And then the audience just funny. So I may see your introduction. And to a friend of the little horn. A friend of the little horn. Now, or say the little horn will rule between Roman and Ahinie no Tama Ahinie no ankase gu ye emuchiche 10 no 538 AD. And time on so Ahinie ni gu ye. We'll talk about this later. 1798 AD. 1798 the na ben yebre so 18th century into 1798 AD. When was this country found? Murafi. America was found what day? What year? 1776. It is a 1776 the year. Now here, 1798, now American has been founded already. Before the Roman, system fell down a little bit. Okay. Daniel said, describe this little horn. Or say, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. Okay. I, Daniel, was grieved. Eti Daniel said, "Ho yira no afedie odu aboa nan no little horn ho no obofo no nsem a wo kafa little horn no." Daniel said, "Ho yira no." Afa ohun say, ade we ni hu ehu pa." Tie nsem a o kafa no, o say, I, Daniel was grieved in my spirit, and the vision of my head troubled me. Odu sa ade we hu no, o say ne ho yira no kese. Now, what is going on? You see, the same horn, made horn with the saints, make war with the saints. Ni man who yira ne say, o se sa ben, afa di oni agidifo na na wo sa ben ye den. The same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them. Now would you almost so? He made war with them. Now would you almost so? Obia wunim Bible abakosemu. Empo enche kra no nansan Pope John Paul. Ya we free so ansa na ne obey na oba no. Eba ye be pa ewiase nyina chew for the treatment they did to the world. Meaning so obia na wo sa time no wo kai pa o remfi ye. Unim say ziefo sa message ye no gradually it is dying down. As ye refi as say ye hia ye kan osom ho asem ne ade as sa ne man ye refi ba me be twem adwen de asiso this week na obe hu ne man bi a eda ye nimu a ese ohwe ne ye because as me wo Ghana no na me ye collections every your friends say Spectators and an your paper visa on Spectator and a Daily Graphic and a Daily Times na me call every week to gather no more the all the religious on say religious corner bi me kono na woma aye ne sheet no de ato ho ama me na makoje em say me yire de okai na me keka bomu ana me keka bomu ano adofo afi de na me ankasa ne na me hu no na ehu ma me ensem ko pa na me ba ha me ja sa ade na hwehwe because na me sua ade bebre nti no mantumi ani a kire bio. Things are knocking things menua Christosum ba besesa. Now, there is something ahead of us. There is a tsunami ahead of us. Anything in Yame can answer me at the actually. But so be a dream now, be a nipa. And you see, sa horny, little horny, and near GD4D, akon, na ye day, it's me woman. And this is where O Christo Nibia you have to be concerned. And no one di akon, na it's me woman. And he shall speak what? Great words against the Most High. Now, and yet a GD4 kwan or no more. Who is the Most High? Onyankopon kokrokono. Osi obeka abususem edi etiawo. And shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Eti nyame na kronkronfo no beden ono omubeko. And think to change times and laws. And think to change times and laws. Me person share hands on fire because this is important. No say, sa ben we. Obe boni trim so obe den. Obe sesa nyame mre ene ne mra. Obe sesa nyame mre ene ne mra. Now what kind to us verse 25? Or say, and they shall be given unto his hands. Na nyame de akronkronfo no ebe shining sa. For how many times? Or see, given unto his hand until a time and times and a divided of time. Unim say, Nyamia can't try and say, or see menisono, that crow eye me den in fiapim. Israel muno. So omoka time, they mean a year. Israel no wɔn ka time they mean a year. Wɔn ka a divided of time they mean half of what? A year. So wɔn ka times they mean 2 years. Until let's try to calculate this and see something. So we have calculation. Test no na me de ato nkyɛn no. Time times and a divided of time. Time a year, 360 years, days. Times a times 2, 720 days. Dividing typing ni bio meti. Mo fan chem wate na. Mo so for onye se ma bon sa na wotwe no enyuma no dɔɔso. Enti say wo kyerɛ ade and sister wo yes I no professor wo gina ho na wo kyerɛ ade wo slides must be perfect. Sa na mesua no. Enti wo tia na wo ho yira wo. Anyway, enti so wo ka sa ade isi bo ma we nyina be ma 0 so ho. We mienu 8 ne 2 no be ma wa he. 10 plus 6 ahe 16. Now the one no call carry forward meboa. Na 3 any 7 ama wa he 10. Now one aka ho na 11. Now one no carry forward na ya he 12. What him say me bu akonta no say ne atete no ne bu akonta no kola ne de be carry forward. Oh. What him say Roman ahini no so no it ruled from 538 to 1798. Sani I can pepepe. Now what ti we so free man we ahe 0. What 3 feet 9 more ka he 6. What 5 feet 7 more ka he 2. We no so de fi ni honti na aka 1260 days. Pepepe. O nyame asem no eye no kore. Agidifo nyame asem no eye tumi. And Daniel said, I was deeply troubled by my what? Thoughts. Na fe ma dwen ene Diana me so no, afi de na me ho yira me. Adofo ni ampesa me kan say, we have a God who is in control. Onyame sa wiase ya yekita no, he is in control. Na nona Yesu ene na suafo ne te enwo bepo ne so. Luke Matthew 24. Ehon no okache on say na mo beti akosem na man be sori aman so Yesu kan sem we nyina no en wo okache o mo say na se mu the abomination of desolation in holy place mu hu se brena yeden aso the abomination of desolation ni awo say ade a wo ti nyame fie ene because me kan ho nsem kese ya adaje be boye me save sa adisua we dia ma next week am pese me ye we introduction keke ene enipa nyina jeton se obi ohokra wo ka the best spiritual person in the world o se hwe me dia me ntise popo chese wonim se enipa nyina dwen mu no ewiase ne oye krompa wo ye spiritual no ene hwan eni popo. Nanso no saa somu no atai a Christopher akunkum wo mo atwitwa biti John Horse Jerome me the books ni bi ba be kire mo this week. John Horse Jerome nam ne ade a won kun wo mo kwa because these people akwa bi ne a friend Galileo some kai Galileo no a scientist ono na first person o kan say obia ejina ho ene wiase no etwa ne ho at this time no na papa no satan ne friend papa ni obeka no kire se ojina ho manyame eti ni obeka no ensesa enti papa nso enwuma suafo nso se ente sa eye reverse enti Galileo owu ye kra no etwa nasu Martin Luther no munim ne esiye omo time krofo akosi se at one point no na amfo no handkerchief saying me ye koton your friend indulgences o koton handkerchief say ya na time so na de pepa wani mu a na che se wanya nkwa na theories like purgatory so wu a wo designing theories purgatory is non biblical any bible mo Ehɔ na saa nneɛma yi nyinaa ba ayɛ sɛ wuwu a wonkɔ hell straight. Ni nyinaa na yɛ kwan a ne yɛde gye sika. Enti sɛ wuwu a wokɔ purgatory. Na wakɔ akɔhu papa ma wama indulgences. Wakɔtɔ wo bɔne no. Na you move from hɔ to heaven. Those are the things Emma Martin Luther actually 95 theses or they call Wittenberg asordana no. Ain't you know? Nia me pesa me catch them osabri ni say for Jesus around 30 AD and I say funny say around 27 AD to tell his disciples something that will happen 1798 AD, years ahead, no, tells you and I, say, God is in what? Is in control. Now, walk catch and he said, Gidifo, he is in control. But at the same time, you walk catch and he said, something is about to happen. When him say, therefore, you move a brave, yes, yes, I may say, yeah, my and Sasso, and anything on this, and then who say, me who are tremendous. Cause me who say munim. Ana me sanchira mo. Eti ne kan ye me din. So ahu. Aha, ba ne America ne say, yenti America man say me no say. Onim say yesua so no, afi de ye mfa nya fi bio. Ibu na de ketuwa bi. Ene ye mu pi kra no, say wo ka say otaye bi ba. Na de de mo ba ye try ye ba bi. The web bruchire ya minsi me dan idi o be kan tie ho asem say. But e betumi amba say won si dan no so tie no e beba. Mo man ye mfa ye ho no mo awurade. Na ba bi a ye kɔ no ehu. And this stage, you know, the little horn is like in control, isn't it? But God gave Daniel a different scene. A scene of a judgment. Now, this is what Daniel saw. And I look. Thrones were set in place. And the Ancient of Days took his seat. Ose na me hwe ya kosi se, wode ahinwa eye den. Esisi ho. Na ne ane na ache no. Ne ane na ache no. Ebe transe. Sa brede no obonsam no wo tai nyame ma no. So but there is a time for him. And what went on? His clothing was white as snow, and his hair, and the hair of his head was white like wool. After the yesu no, ne asan so describing the say ne ane na ache ninti. Na mpanso yesu na ne na ache. He was there before creation. Nti ono na ne na ache. Osi obetena ase. No obetena ase so woye den. His throne was flaming. After the onye obi a obetumi atai ni bio. Na hinwa no wote so no they just say pra with fire, and its wheels were all ablaze. After throne no cry were wheels. Na ni nyina so just say yero. Thousands upon thousands attended him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. Now both who are and a chan who was here. The court was seated and books were open. Adofo, anything America say nyame is in control. Osi we kosu nyina na ohun say aboa yi tai nyame mane ade no. Ni ohun ni say ne ane na ache no abetran say and court session. Ehọ ne yebebu akonta. But judgment was set. And they shall take away his dominion. Aboa no ho asem na okan yo. Osi obe ha nyame mane, but Yesu na ehye ye bo say they shall take away his what? His dominion. I know nyam kan nyame din da. To consume and to destroy it unto the end. No best say no kra awiye no mu. Now Daniel said, I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with clouds of heaven. She said, ye jana tenase. So na jana tenase no. Na temu wo shase no. Ose na mi hu obi se onipa ba no. Hwan no ya ginkwa Jesus. Ose Yesu so baaye mo betena na himwa bo. Anu onyam kan nyame din da. And came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. That is Jesus coming in the clouds. And the court was seated, and books were opened. And there was given unto him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all nations, all people, nations, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom, that which shall not pass away, be destroyed. I'm saying my repeated before. Etini awo kan say, na Yesu enam wie mu eba ni ane na che eye onyankopon agya no enchen no. Wo se wono so wo ma na konwa. Na wo de ahenie ni yeden e hye ne sa. Adofo wo kai a Yesu ya Daniel no. Daniel so kira ase se, na wo guso hwe no ana. Ane wo hu buo bi a ensankura mu. Wensu wo se wo hu se Yesu na mununkum. Ebo no so na mununkum edey ensabia nkura mu. Enti Jesus, ya jinkwa Jesus obeba. Na obeba ade wiase hawe nyina ayedey aba na wieye. Ene onyam kan nyame din da. The kingdom and the dominion shall be given unto him, to the people of the saints of the Most High. Ene onyam kan nyame o se na ne de kra ne se o se wo de ahenie no ebesan hye nyame ma sabio. Sa na Daniel 2 kan no. Daniel 2 say, nebo no bebo ohoni ne na ase no. O se ye kese na hyiren asase so nyina. Adolfo nyame wa hye yembo. This is Jesus. Unim say secret. Enye nipa nyina na nim. Na mobo eno na me kan habra ena nansan so won. Habra laba. Sa na Kristo so ma adane. Instead, see, be seeing Yamiasem near Bue, or say, because the truth shall do what? Set you free. Instead, see, be seeing near Bueno, Haraba, na Christo, Sumaya, Nijie, and I corner just a prophet in Yesika, and a Kikaho, and yes, I am Yamefe. And yes, sir, or see, the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Or say nyame ma wo de ahenie ne enti say na Daniel kan no o say hu say buo bi ensan kuremu ebe bo huni na na ase na teti ni nyina na yete say mountain and became a great mountain and filled the whole hell. That enti look at it. Look at these two pictures and tell me something. One is Babylon. Edano na me kan test bi na me ka che mo se mo hye ne so. Next lesson no me ka ho asem. Na me kan Babylon wo Jeremiah se mo kaya. Na me kan se test yi mo nye den. Mo hye ne so. Ye ba be ko test no mo. Enche kra Yesu ahenie no. Yesu ahenie no wo crash ewiase ahenie. Bo fra wiase ahenie ya ekoso awie ye se eye Babylon the Great. Enyame se sa wiase ahenie no ebe den ebe ba fom wa wo ha wo de wonte ase no e ma ne hawo next week adesua no ebe crown ni nyina na wo beti ase pa na me do ne ma e kai se me wo me chi ana no na nkola no kola nkete no tujumbi se munim o si nyame do ne ma o nyame do ne ma now ye wo firi wo hamu Era de donima now ye wo firi wo hamu wa munim to mun lady mame Era paba ani da so nyina rasano o wa bechu Kwanji to me wo yana mayira west no adofo nyame donema chese don't take this message for granted because you think say you have heard it for years. Let it be fresh in you all the time because something is about to happen. And the nyame aka kire yen say and when the persecution comes the Spirit will remind you say go here or go there. And it is because you kept the message afresh in your heart. Miss Remo. And then, me who say asraf one wahano. Eswati. Unko hwehwe wo mo. Mon sanfa wo mo mra. They need to hear this. They need to hear it. Me person me born abaso da baby ejumadi. Essence ye share ejumadi yasi nyina. He has not missed it. Omukofa no kura wa ejuma mu. Me ni so pa mama nyame nhira. Mpate odi ne de simple. Esther, nyame nhira pa. Na minim so obewie no, na nyame aye ne sofo. Na wa tensem bebre ase. Ana onyam ka nyame din da. Enti me sremo, so wo hwe apart from ono a ene yenko an ye wa ha. How can we do a program like this? The pamcho ho will be wa ha kan ho o manesaso. Wahu, wanimu aye me se mani. Ampa, wanimu aye me se mani. Amen. Na bia me hwe wo no. Me hwe wo te se o ya so ba. Eti ma dream no, awurade aye wo so ba dada. You were. Nyame shira wo. Amen. Enti abusuafo, let this message be fresh in our minds. There's no way I can repeat it better than this. Let it be fresh in our mind, because there's a tsunami ahead of us. But in spite of all that, Nyame say he is in control. Amen.